was Jason Morgan that you saw outside the Alcazar home that afternoon?
Yes, sir. He was loading Lorenzo Alcazar's body into the back of an SUV like it was so much garbage.
Objection. Prejudicial.
Move on, Mr. Lansing.
Why haven't you come forward before now, Mr. Mancini?
I was afraid he would kill me.
Why were you afraid of Jason Morgan?
The guy's a cold-blooded killer.
Objection. Your Honor, my client has never been convicted of any crime. Move to strike.
Sustained. Jury will disregard. And Ms. Miller, you will save your comments for cross. Proceed, Mr. Lansing.
Thank you, Your Honor. Could you please read back the testimony regarding the day of the murder?
Objection. Your Honor, the district attorney has no conclusive evidence that Mr. Alcazar is even dead.
Sustained.
The day Mr. Alcazar went missing.
Loading Lorenzo Alcazar's body into the back of an SUV like it was so much garbage.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Mancini, why didn't you go to the police?
It would have been my word against his. And what if he tried to shut me up?
Your Honor?
Tone it down, Mr. Mancini.
Sorry. I'm just nervous. The way he's looking at me.
Objection. Prejudicial.
Sustained. Just answer the questions, Mr. Mancini. Proceed, Mr. Lansing.
Thank you, Your Honor. Did Mr. Morgan seem upset when he was loading Mr. Alcazar's lifeless body into the back of the...
Objection. Leading the witness.
I'll rephrase. What was Mr. Morgan's demeanor that morning?
Asked and answered, Your Honor.
Overruled. Answer the question.
Well, he didn't really show any emotion at all. Like it was just a job. Something he did all the time.
Thank you, Mr. Mancini. Done a very brave thing here today by coming forward.
Your Honor?
The jury will disregard the DA's comments. You know better, Mr. Lansing.
My apologies, Your Honor.
Ms. Miller, your witness.
Your Honor, I would like to request a brief recess.
Granted. The court will reconvene in half an hour.
This guy is lying.
How can you be sure? That Mancini is lying.
Because hypothetically, I would never use my SUV to transport a body.
Jason, I cannot explain to the jury that my client, hypothetically, would have found another way to dispose of the body. I have to discredit this witness. Why would Alcazar's gardener want to send you to prison?
Because hypothetically, I killed his brother. Hypothetically, the gardener's brother was selling drugs to kids, okay? And he had me tied up in a chair.
Okay,
I had gone.
Jason. The details are not admissible in court, so I don't need to hear them. I need to focus on Mancini. I could just put him someplace else.
Yeah, but see, the problem is Rick's going to have that covered. He probably recruited Mancini and told him exactly what to say.
Oh, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
What are you talking about?
Oh. I just had a brief, delicious fantasy of charging the DA with suborning perjury. Watching him squirm while he's stripped of his office and license to practice law. Sipping a very cold, very dry martini with my feet up. Watching as Rick Lansing apologizes on the evening news for betraying the public trust. But I'd have to break the witness on the stand, and that doesn't seem likely.
Stone Cold, the Grasshopper is in dire need of his master stage counsel.
Excuse me. Hello. You will not be called to testify until the defense presents its case. In the meantime, stay away.
My sincere apologies, tense mob lawyer who has her work cut out for her. I am most grateful for your efforts to free Stone Cold.
Now, just tell me what happened.
The Valkyrie fled the country with the unhinged one.
Carly took off with Jerry?
Oh, God, for small favors, that's one loose cannon out of town.
Where do you think they went?
Venezuela.
The shooters were from Venezuela.
Most timely observation, mob lawyer. See, there's more. Mr. Quinta, sir, is most upset about Carly's sojourn, and he's going to kill me because I let it happen. That's the last thing that I want.
Why does somebody blame you?
Oh, well, the Valkyrie was in full warrior mode, you know, really fierce and determined, and so when she called to me, I couldn't turn her down.
Okay, what did you do, Spinelli?
I accessed the records of evil and presumed dead to Al, and then delivered them to the unhinged one's lair at the Metro Court.
Didn't I tell you what to do if Carly asked you for help with one of her stupid plans?
Alas, the Valkyrie was too powerful to resist. I mean, she is determined on saving you from the DA of Darkness.
I am seriously reconsidering putting you on the stand.
Oh, no, fear not. Tense, mob lawyer. See, if the jackal still draws breath,
Okay,
you will be
I need
clear
you to
and
focus. What did Carly think she could do for me in Venezuela?
Your dearest friend and the unhinged one are looking for proof that Evil Al is still alive.
I knew she would do something like this.
I mean, what was the grasshopper supposed to do to stop her?
Who's the grasshopper?
I
thought you were the jackal.
Can you give me a postponement?
Not a chance. Jason, you're being tried for murder. You can't just get a leave of absence because the Valkyries... Because Carly took off with an alleged psychopath. Look, if she's seriously in trouble, Sonny will find a way to track her down. In the meantime, you can do nothing to help.
But they are friends of the highest order.
Carly got herself into this. Carly can get herself out. Or you can just say goodbye to your life, including the grasshopper and everybody else who depends on you. Mr. Mancini, you have testified that you've been Lorenzo Alcazar's gardener for 6 years.
That's right.
Do you see him very often?
Occasionally.
Could you be more specific?
I saw him sometimes.
Would it be unusual to go for long stretches of time without seeing Lorenzo Alcazar?
I don't really notice if he's home or not. I work. I don't chat up the boss.
Mr. Mancini, just answer the question.
Yes.
So for all you know, he could be out of the country.
He's dead, ma'am.
Move to strike.
Jury will disregard that last comment.
Okay, let's clarify. You've testified that you saw Lorenzo Alcazar being loaded into the back of an SUV which has not been located by the police, and even though you believed he was dead, you did nothing.
I was afraid.
Do you or the DA have even one shred of evidence to support your claim?
I could see.
What was Mr. Alcazar wearing?
Shirt and a tie.
What color was the shirt?
White, I think. It was all covered with blood, but I'll never forget his face.
How close were you?
Close enough.
Did he have a beard or was he clean-shaven?
He had a beard, I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, you just testified under oath that you'll never forget his face.
There were branches in the way, but I know it was Alcazar.
Oh, okay. So let me see if I have this straight. Your testimony is now that branches were obscuring your view, but you saw a man in a bloody shirt that may have been clean-shaven, may have had a beard, being loaded into the back of an SUV, which has never been located by the police.
I saw what I saw, and it was him loading the body, Jason Morgan.
So that's your sworn testimony now.
Why would I lie?
Indeed, Mr. Mancini. Why would you risk perjury in your transparent attempt to convict my client? Why do you have it in for Jason Morgan? Do you have a connection with my client, Mr. Mancini? A grudge, perhaps? Some sort of personal bias that would make you want to send Jason Morgan to prison?
He should be in prison.
And why is that?
Because he killed Lorenzo Alcazar!
And left no forensic evidence whatsoever, and no witnesses, except you conveniently cowering behind some bushes.
Objection, Your Honor. She's badgering a witness.
Sustained.
I have no further use for this witness.
Mr. Mancini, have you told the truth in this court today?
Yes. I only wish I'd come forward sooner for Mr. Alcazar, who can no longer speak for himself. He deserves justice.
Thank you, Mr. Mancini.
Your Honor, permission to present new evidence.
What kind of evidence?
Proof that Lorenzo Alcazar is alive.
The next general hospital.
You have the right to remain silent.
There's no way she would break the law.
We made a choice to keep our family together. Elizabeth trashed me.
You don't need Elizabeth making things worse.
Present your new evidence.
Photographs of Lorenzo Alcazar dated 2 days ago.